what it's like. That's what he's talking about with Luka Garza, unanimous AP preseason All-America, the only player in the country to be unanimous in that regard. And he was all over Western Illinois as a man against a team. It's 2-0. We're just going to go ahead and drop Luka. So we're going to change the graphic. It's now Western Illinois against Garza. Advantage Luka early on. 3 points the old-fashioned way. He had the first 5 points of the game. Jordan Bohannon and his teammates said, having the best player in the country in Luka Garza is definitely an advantage for us. Just because it's obvious doesn't make it any less true. Garza has 12 points. Western Illinois has 7. Oh, yeah, he can shoot a little bit. Strokes at 3, so now it's 15-9 Garza over Western Illinois. Justin Brookins. Jordan Bohannon, long pass to Garza. Got the size inside. Going to just out-muscle 2 defenders for the basketball. 102 points on his season. It's only been 3 games. It's the most by any D1 player for the first 3 games of a season in the last 10 seasons. And we got touch, too. We can drive a little bit. We'll go ahead and, a little float, little fadeaway. 30 points, 9 rebounds in the first 15 minutes of the game. Took his foot off the gas in the second half. He finished with 35 points, 10 rebounds. Iowa, 99-58 winners. 76 points for Garza across the last 2 games, the most in a 2-game span for any Big Ten player in the last 10 seasons. So you look at the numbers here, there's so much to choose from. 35-10, it's his 14th game with at least 20 points and 10 rebounds in the last 2 seasons. It's the most of any major conference player. The performance also is 19th straight 20-point game, dating back to last season. It ties T.J. Warren in 2014 for the longest streak by a major conference player in the last 20 seasons. It's also now the first time, Garza has had consecutive 30-point games. And speaking of those 30-point games, 2 35-point games this season already for Garza. All other D1 players have 3 games combined. You obviously have to compare the Lukas, as David did off the top of the show. Garza and Doncic. And we're cherry picking here. So we picked the run from Garza, this 2-game run, and Doncic's best 2-game stretch from November. He became the 7th player all time to record consecutive 35-point triple doubles. When comparing those 2 stretches, it's actually Garza who has the edge in field goal percentage, while Doncic has a slight advantage in points and rebounds.
Let's keep the comparisons going. Mop of blonde hair, check. Wispy mustache, check. Skin, the whiter shade of pale, check. Yeah, we got a Larry Bird lookalike situation at Oklahoma. Brady Manek doesn't just look like Larry, plays a bit like him as well. Each guy's 6'9", and Manek not just a shooter. The nice find here to Kerqueth. Rises up and throws down. Don't overlook number 52 in the highlight here. Sooners rolling up 33. But we didn't bring in Manek for his passing. Guy was filling it up as well, playing some defense and showing off the range. He was bird-like. He was avian, if you will. Manek had 29. The Manek mechanic. Oklahoma wins 105-66. And Manek's 8 threes last night were the most by a major conference player this season. So you check out the scoring leaders this season. Season's very young, but Manek right now 4th nationally behind the aforementioned Luka Garza, who, of course, is leading the way. To women's hoops, Dawn Staley's South Carolina Gamecocks, #1 in the country, putting their 29-game winning streak on the line against NC State. Pick it up in the 4th quarter. South Carolina down 1. It was a rock fight, 36-35 in the 4th. Aaliyah Boston drills the 3. So Carolina takes the lead, but back come the Wolfpack. Raina Perez going backdoor like a muddy 6-year-old. Gets that to go. We're tied at 38. Later in the half, NC State down 1. Perez with the 3-ball gets that to go. So NC State takes the lead. Just over a minute to go. South Carolina down 4. Zia Cook with the strip of Kai Crutchfield. The up and under gets it to go. South Carolina still down 2, and then Jakia Brown-Turner finding an open Jones, who led all scorers with 16. They are fired up. The Wolfpack smell an upset, and then watch Jones draw the charge here on Lily Grissett. Gamecocks held under 50 for the first time in almost 8 years. 54-46, the upset of #1 South Carolina. And the celebration in the locker room raucous.